Now, there's another psychological concept that plays a massive role in influencer culture. And it's something most people don't even realize is happening while they're scrolling, and that's called a parasocial relationship. And if you spend time on fitness social media or follow anybody for an extended period of time online, really, there's a good chance you've developed one. And just what the fuck is that? So a parasocial relationship is a one-sided emotional connection between an audience member and a public figure. The key part of that being that it is one-sided. The viewer feels like they know the influencer, but the influencer has no idea who the fuck the viewer is. This concept originally came from television. People used to develop these connections with news anchors, radio hosts, celebrities. Think about it. You watch a show every week, you're essentially inviting this person into your home through your TV, and you begin to feel like you know the person. This can be positive, but it can be negative too. Think of Jack Gleason. He played King Joffrey in Game of Thrones, one of the most vile, horrible characters on the show. People hated that fucking character, so much so that they began to harass the fucking actor. Death threats, everything. The cognitive dissonance you have to hate an actor for a character they played is staggering. But obviously not everybody has that extreme a parasocial relationship with a person. But social media has definitely intensified this phenomenon dramatically because influencers don't just appear on a screen anymore. They're sharing their daily routines in your hand, what they eat, what their workouts are, what they're struggling with day to day, their personal stories. So the viewer begins to feel like they actually know this person. They become invested. And that feeling of familiarity builds trust, which can be fairly toxic. Now, in some ways, parasocial relationships can be positive. When someone follows a fitness creator who shares their journey, it can really be motivating. It can feel supportive. It can make people feel less alone in their own journeys. But it can also create a dangerous dynamic because trust tends to get transferred automatically. And if someone likes an influencer's personality, they may just assume that this person's advice is also correct, even if the influencer has no real coaching experience or deep learned knowledge on the subject. One of the biggest challenges with influencer culture is that likability and expertise are completely different traits, yet somehow they seem interchangeable. Someone can be charismatic, funny, and relatable, and entertaining, and still give terrible fucking advice. But because the audience feels emotionally connected to them, their advice gets accepted without question. And that's the power of a parasocial relationship. Another thing that happens is people start to treat influencers like mentors. They feel like they're learning directly from this person. But the influencer isn't coaching them. They're just broadcasting content to thousands of millions of people at once. Real coaching needs to be individualized, one-on-one. It requires feedback, adjustment, and understanding that specific individual. Influencer content can inspire you, and it can spark the flame for your own personal fitness journey, but it cannot replace personalized, targeted guidance.